Everybody's going all right. So let's continue on with this post-lunch stuff. Sorry, just moving stuff around real quick, so we're gonna get a little bit of jitter as it goes, because it always requires some jitter for some reason or other. Who knows? Anyway, do this thing. So, last time we had done stuff and things, we had gotten ninjas. So, let's see here. Have these three be our ninjas? Maybe. I think I can have them be ninjas. Let's see, they've got points. Actually, I should probably have the ones with the most points be ninjas. Okay, so... in that case, Avalyn, Amila, and Brenna, you are going to be our ninjas. So, ninjas, swordmasters, archers, that was the original promise of the run, and that is what will be happening. So, there we go. Pew, pew, pew. Now, I'm not going to bother equipping them just yet. They're mostly just going to hang out in the back lines for the time being. Rhyme is going to be a little bit of a fustercluck. That's fine. It's like, this is probably the least opportune time to actually do any class changes. But that's fine. That's fine. That's our criteria. There we go. So now we've got our ninjas back here. Let's give them some basic armor. Basically, we're going to be using them to soak one hit each. With light armor, they should be able to survive at least one, possibly two, depending on how well stuff works out for them. So go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, right, they can't use bucklers anymore. Always not forgetting that one. I've only got one cestus. Alright, so we're going to want them using different stuff. They're almost at rank 2 bows, but that's fine. We're going to get new stuff. I'm going to have all of them running katanas. Just because, again, this was originally the Asia percent / Eastern percent run, so we'll have that on there. And then I want to keep some points for Turnoko. Have that as soon as we can. Pop some Art of War on there as well. Again, saving points for Turnoko for now. Let's see, third slot, what do we want in here? Where's my phone going off? Gonna want double attack on there, but you know what, for now, we'll just leave them at that. Go ahead and do that, go ahead and do that. You know what, actually, since they can use trajectory and bows, I might as well just leave that on there. See if we end up making some use of that later. Probably will. Maybe won't. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, I need to keep katanas on them, so maybe not. They're basically the prime candidate for like 1H sword and short bow. So you know what, maybe. I might be able to do some stuff with short bows. And then I'm pretty sure I don't have any, yeah, I don't have any katanas on me. So that's fine. On to Rhyme. Man, made a weird milkshake with animal crackers in it. That's interesting. Alright, so. Yeah, this feels like his kind of thing. They gotta be respecting the law and all that kind of thing. He who shuns duty. It's not really... I don't know how that's considered duty exactly, because technically his duty is supposed to be to the Duke. He contacted him first. That's his boss. And then out of nowhere, Leonard's like, hey, I'm your boss now! It's like, so you'd be shunning duty by not following me, I guess. Hello there, Mr. Procow. How you doing? And yeah, so Vice has his darker armor now. As you do. So yeah, there we go. Gonna move the ninjas up. Thankfully, he decided to run forward. I believe by default he's running sword and board. Yes. Okay. So that'll probably change to his other setup in the future, but for now, it's a pretty handy thing. He's gonna throw some shurikens out there, and that's fine. I mean, he's basically still kind of an... not exactly an upgraded, more like a side-graded ninja. Alright, she's gonna do her thing. I should be able just to pile everybody on him. The question is whether we can get him killed off before we run out of time here. Yeah, it looks like we should be able to. Now, we're running less archers than before, because of those 3 ninjas, but hopefully we'll be alright. Should only be a basic heal coming out of his healing team right now. Actually, for that matter, how far away is she? Yeah, no, she's got range. Yeah, if we get a couple crits, we might just be able to run one round him here. I do know that I want to stick Voltaire into that gap to make sure that he can't get away. Come on, nail it. With that Targe, man. Which, by the way, contrary to the base game, is totally not an Aspis, because that's not even close to what an Aspis is. Kind of funny that that was actually a discussion. Like, that's not historical. It's a light shield and it's really tiny. Those Aspices are freaking huge. Yeah, they had a lot of weird mistranslations. Though one could have argued that in the original, maybe it was supposed to be, you know, like a full-size Targe or whatever. Or Aspis. But yeah, now it's definitely more of a Targe. No. Get out of here with that crap healer. Anyway, we should be able to be fine. We haven't completely surrounded. Stop dodging 70%! Okay. So, those luck bonuses going, you know, amazing, as you can see. So yeah, we're up to luck 20 off of that. How's everybody's day going, out of curiosity? Let's see here. There's luck in the stars. Moderation is your greatest ally. Translation, we're gonna miss every single shot. 77. Neat. Actually did damage. Alright. Yeah, we've got enough level bonus plus the upgraded armor now. So we've got a pretty big advantage in terms of defense. Offense, not so much, but it's fine. Interesting. Why didn't he go for a finisher? He had to have had a finisher after all that damage. Yeah, he's definitely got a finisher in there. Then again, he might have been just short, like he might have had only 90 or so. It's very possible. And yeah, I just want to point out, level 10, level 1, she can still do damage. Granted, it's to an archer, but still, she can still do damage, dang it. Get out of here with that crap healer. Well, that would be an embarrassing way for the run to end. Couldn't take out a single guy. Alright. Come on, actually nail your shots, please. I mean, we should have trajectory at this point, so we shouldn't have problems with that. I've only got mild rain, so it shouldn't affect too much. Yeah, I think we can do it. Right, what kind of healers they got coming up? What do they have? Okay. We got 7 shots before their healer comes in. As long as we got trajectory, we're fine. And we should be able to finish this. There we go. Hey, we found a pin cord. Except it was linen, so ignore me. Right, let's see if you can make the shot. Yep. Okay, perfect angle. We only need 3 and maybe a crit. We've got a hell of a lot more than that, though. In fact, she can guarantee a crit, so we'll go ahead and do that. There we go, 58. We just need 2 basic attacks against him, and we're done. None of these guys should be packing a heal of any variety. Thank you, trajectory! Now, the nice thing about this trajectory change is it actually makes Deflect worth taking. See, the thing before this, he was actually thinking about doing Parry and Deflect at one time, which would have potentially created a situation where somebody could have plus 10 of each, which would essentially be like a 50% roll, give or take, to survive anything, except for casters, which apparently was getting really overpowered by endgame. Yeah, there we go. That's checkmate. And then Rhyme explodes. And then he takes a Nefrit to some dudes. That sword is janky looking. And then they pretend that they don't hate each other for a second. Alright, anyway, what I was saying, though, is it makes Deflect worth taking now. Because previously, there was kind of a thing where, yeah, just Deflect wasn't worth taking most of the time, because the only thing that would be consistently threatening, from the AI anyway, like, bows could be potentially useful in the player's hands, but most of the time, you ended up seeing crossbows and sidearms being threatening. So at this point, this essentially solves the issue with sidearms being inaccurate as hell. It solves the issues with bows under certain rain conditions, and it also basically makes crossbows a bit more useful. Necromancers are, well, their 100% ability is still unique, but others can hit with crossbows too. Anyway, moving on here. Do we have other class marks yet? I think that should be it. No? Where are you, class marks? And so there's some new fancies here. Alright. Should be right after Almorica. What I should do, though... yeah, let's go ahead and sell some stuff, namely Heavy Shield, because I'm never going to be able to use those. Neither will I be able to use Heavy Armor. Basic Gloves can piss right off. Sell some of these chouses. And probably these Defender Rings. Actually, no, let's keep the Defender Rings. Let's get 3, whatever these guys are good for right now, which should be this. So 3 Kadashis. Probably put them up to Mage Blades later, so we'll just go Sword and Bow for now. Plop. Double plop. And triple plop. So, they're going to get their luck bonuses. They're going to get short bows. I like that build. And on top of that, give them some hard bracers. They actually might be able to do some damage. They're absolutely going to suck for anything else, but still. I think Defender Rings and hard bracers might be the way to go. They can learn one more thing each, which is going to be Tyrannico. So this is around the point where they can actually start kind of coming into their own. So this is a new ability that's added by the mod. Essentially, it is a free action that, rather, an action ability. I like to call them free actions, because, I mean, they're basically an extra move. You still get your RT penalty right there, so you still get 20 RT for using this. Or, you get 15 RT, sorry, for using it. Yeah. Despite the fact that your next turn takes longer, you can potentially disable multiple units using it. I should probably put counter on them as well. Alright, and we're gonna stick... yeah, let's stick ninjas up front here. Actually, no, we stick ninjas in the back, because then they're gonna want to target them. There we go. These two actually, no, these two should probably have the highest bit. This fight, though... alright. So this fight is consistently one of the harder ones in the game, and... ooh! I never actually took a look at this. This is a new look for the Holy Dragons. So that's one on the Spellcasty Dragons. Yeah! That's good looking. It's all golden crap. So yeah, they actually can, well, in the future, they'll be coming in with different casting abilities and stuff like that. He hasn't done Chapter 2 yet, so we'll, you know, we'll see that when we see it. But for the time being, we're gonna have to take this one slow. we have a very severe weakness when it comes to their casters. And he's going to have to get in close. So what we want to do is put these guys off to the side so that he wants to go in and target them. So we put them off to the sides. He's going to be like, man, those guys are going to give me some nice damage. There we go. Get a free shot off on you. But we don't want to advance anywhere. They have to come to us. Thankfully, dragons and things like that, they're not nearly as heavily armored as they used to be, so that they can use their abilities more, so they're way more offensive, less defensive. Makes them overall less annoying. They've still got a lot of health, so that's something to consider. Let's put you over here. The law version of this fight is way more forgiving than Chaos or Neutral, because, you know, they're basically the same fight. Basically, on Chaos and Neutral, you have to fight Zapan and the old lady here. The thing is, she ends up hitting harder than this guy, and I don't know if they're meant to be a couple or what, but anyway, she ends up hitting harder than this guy does, and on top of that, Zapan is an absolute beast, and on top of that, they have 2 healers, as if everything else isn't enough. So in this case, if you end up running forward, you'll usually end up getting overwhelmed, because his initial abilities will usually, like, especially for archers and things like that, will usually put them within kill range for the dragons. Okay, he's going for a Tail-Lash, who's... Alright, nailed his 25%, sure. Alright, let's go for the Kodosher. Again, still doing damage despite being less than half their level. Just gonna have them do this to get a little bit more experience, because I want to get Nightblade on them. Would be ideal. So dragons first, they're gone. Once both dragons are gone, we can just deal with everything as it comes. The golems are kind of a wall to get through, but we should hopefully have enough range to not have to worry about them. Specifically, it's the casters and archers I'm worried about. Thankfully, it's raining, and they don't seem to come with trajectory yet, so they're not as threatening. But again, they're still doing a decent chunk of damage there. That would have easily been an insta-kill in vanilla. But thankfully, we're playing modded, so we don't have that problem. Alright. We're gonna have enough damage? Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna have enough. We're gonna have enough. And then I'll probably have the ninjas move forward and start taking shots at the caster. They're probably going to get knocked out, but then we should be within 2 rounds to be able to finish off Mr. Old Man. I forget his name. He's just Mr. Old Man. I don't do this route as often. Actually, scratch that. There's a chance to You know what? No, that's a maybe. I don't really want to take a maybe here. Finish him! I wonder why they're ranged. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work real good. Alright, so he'll move forward. Yeah, then go. Take the whop, and then everybody else should be able to take about 3 steps forward and end this guy. Nice! See, you know what? There we go. There's that that luck chance coming into play. That luck chance. I did a dumb with the brain no work. Alright. No, it's great. Do that, and try to put her to sleep. There we go. Tell me that ability isn't amazing. Plump. Nice little setup for the next one, and let's put one of these to sleep. Let's say this guy's in Chaos Root, isn't he? Or maybe that's just a sprite. No, there's 2 different ones. If you go in Chaos, there's a I don't know if it's the same guy. There's an old guy that does show up in Almorica 2, but you fight the old lady in Almorica 1. So this same fight is Old Lady plus Zapan in Neutral and Chaos, and then Almorica 2 or There's that on Mark 3. I think it's 3 times that you go through this friggin' castle in Chaos. I think that's the only thing I have against Chaos, to be honest. You do so many of the same maps over and over. Which, I guess, okay, it's Chaos. Yeah, you know what? There we go. She's dodging those 80%. That high luck. That high luck! Now, it might just be when they're low on health or something. But I still think that there's just a secondary roll chance every single time. I have nothing to back that up exactly, but it definitely feels that way. Those guys are running plus 15 on their gloves and plus 8 on their swords. So that's pretty decent luck ups right there. This guy tries to kill Hobram in Chaos. Could be. Could be. There's definitely at least one that uses the same sprite. It could be the same guy. It's probably worth checking out. That trajectory. There we go. Deny this guy a turn. Yet, please, somebody tell me, how are these guys underpowered again? They're like half the level of everybody, and they've already completely dominated the front line. So underpowered! Oh my god, they don't outright delete everything. I know, that sounds mean. It sounds mean, but it gets mentioned so often. They're not underpowered at all, they're so good! If anything, I'd argue ninjas need to be nerfed, but even then, they still die in like 2 hits from anything. Death worm. Oh, nice. Well, baby blanket store is doing alright today. But yeah, now that you mention it, I think it might actually be the same guy. I'm trying to think about his name. I think you're right. It's probably the same guy. Alright, you guys can't use cuirasses yet, right? No. One more level for that. But... yeah, I'm not even going to do double attack yet. Like, this is my favorite ninja build by far. I think after this we might be able to get the marks we need. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was thinking. Now we move on to the end of Chapter 2. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a start of Chapter 3 that you get Sword Masters. Hello there, Marino. I love this music. Alright. So, what we're going to want to claim that right side. Because you really don't want these guys off on the sides. This one comes with Mighty Strike, I believe. I remember there just being a ton of damage from these guys. Yeah, Mighty Strike right there. And that stuff will completely ruin your day. Come on, crit. Aw. I'm gonna have them take shots just so I still have them lined up time-wise. Laces out, Dan. Yep. It's funny, every time we get to this point I can never remember that nickname. I think you've mentioned it every time. Alright, there we go. There's one part of the right done. If we take out that ninja over there, she's also one of the ones that drops marks. So it's probably worth doing that. Take out that guy. Sometimes by this point they start spawning in with Balder bows. The archers, I mean. Let's make them a little bit more manageable. There we go. Nah, he's just coming in with a longbow. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you definitely see that a lot more in the base game though, because boulder bows actually were a proper upgrade for the most part over your two-handed version for like a minute. And the weird part is that ultimately the crafted versions were still like the two-handed ones better, but the basic versions, what the AI always went with, is they always got the short end of the stick at every possible opportunity. Because I guess just Mitsuno hates his AI. Or something. There we go, we got our first rank 2, fantastic. Mostly that'll be useful a little bit later, where we might need to spam finishers. I should point out, the finishers with bows will pretty much always do the same damage as the regular attacks. That's not really something they have to worry about too much. Perfect! Lined up perfectly! That's exactly what we needed. So they don't have any healers. They've got some item heals, but that's about it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take out Ninja Chick over there if we can, otherwise we're just going to completely lay waste to Marino. And try to put everybody else to sleep. There we go, missed. Unfortunately also missed, but whatever. Yep. Okie dokie dokie doke. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. Is he blocking? He's not. So it looks like we're going to need 10 regular shots to do this guy in. No problem. We definitely got that on hand. Gonna try not to move everybody as much as possible. You know, dedicate 2 shots to taking that one out. Okay, they might have dropped their marks. There we go. So we should have enough damage that if they do one more item heal, we should still be fine. Okay, no, they didn't drop their marks. Bummer. Bummer! That is good, weird smoothie substance. And yeah, since the ninjas are here, they're basically always going to go for the ninjas. They just love going for those ninjas. Them dang ninjors. Alright, there we are. And he's halfway down. So do we want this one? Which one's this one again? Avoidance? Yes. Yes, we do want that one. Might make him act a little bit slower, but that's fine. Okay. Gonna go here to try to drag this one back a little bit. Namely, what we want to ideally see is have there we go. Let's have the knights pulling kind of towards that direction so they're not blocking our way. Unlike last time where we had to rely on melee characters for the most part, having everybody with range does give a lot of advantages. Oh yeah, and unlike the vanilla version, we don't have to worry about that 4-tile short range zone. We got a 3-tile zone instead, so you can do your 6-block shots. So when I'm saying 6-block shots, basically I'm just referring to this. Like right here, this is kind of your usual direct fire position right here, where you'd be able to fire from here to here. So you're still able to deal with that with a crossbow if you needed to. Nice. Not that we really need to right now, but it's just nice to have. Let's see, so I mentioned Rakes was thinking about changing treasure bags to obstacles and you can steal them. Maybe you could change the sprite to a dead body so it's more like a corpse looting after the battle. Would have to ask him. Like, I don't know if... I guess it would depend on whether or not there's any permanence to the object falling down or something. Like, whenever you see a character go down or whatever. By the way, as you can see here, double shot will be better than a finisher. Anyway. But yeah, that'd be really cool. See if he thinks about doing that. I'd figure it probably won't be possible, but it would be cool if it was. What? Dang it. Alright, that guy dies, then we have the vice fight. So instead of having an untouchable treasure bag, more realism, just a thought. I suppose we'll see. Alright, anything we can improve on you? Probably not. I think I want Field Elk and maybe at least Tack 1 if I can afford it. Can I get Tack 1? Nah, it's 340. Yeah, Tack's gotten expensive. Bash, however, could be really useful here. If I could just keep him at range. We'll see. He might have Steadfast, though. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's... Alright. This is gonna take some doing. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, there we go. It's no worries. It can still do damage. So, to give you an idea, by the way, because I should probably explain what's going on here. You may be thinking, like, wait a minute, archers are so underpowered, how is this happening? Well, here's what he spawned in with. Okay, so spawned in with a shield. It's going to give him some pretty decent defense. Pretty decent amount of extra health here. This is going to give him a VIP boost. This is also going to give him a VIP boost. His character in general has a VIP boost. So he's like, he's basically maxing out in terms of how much damage he can, or how much defense he can actually have at this point. Got bad blood. Alright. See, Nebeth gets smoked by Nebeth's Wimps, but he handles a 4v1 pretty well. I mean, presumably by this point he's been through some stuff. Because back when, back when the game was properly starting, he's just getting out of everything, you know? Wait a minute, I just noticed something. Is that a different thing for Venom? Was it always this one, or is this new? Like the one with the 3 dots above it. That's not the one that I recall being for Venom. I thought it was like a red version of the red... Whatever. I'll double check that later. I'm sure I'm just being forgetful or something. Anyway. Okay, so we got double shot. That's probably what we're going to go for here. What movement range are we looking at? One way or another, we're dealing with some stuff from him. Yeah, I don't think a double shot should put him into kill shot range. We'll see. Perfect. Ish. Oh, right, and she gets a turn, so this should be fine. Excellent. Yeah, we got this. It's perfectly fine. We got this! Yeah, I love how Bad Blood is getting used a good bit more now. Love that he's actually got the same music as Nibbit, too. It's like, yeah, he's basically become the thing. He's become the thing he was scared of. Basically a tyrannical nutjob. Now, out of curiosity, is he willingly using that move, or... Let's take a quick peek. Okay, no, that's just the only one he has. So he probably would have tried to use Bad Blood otherwise. Okay, remain here, she says, probably teleporting 3 feet away so that she can come back for the next cutscene. And of course, Vice getting the crit. His favorite lady style just got shanked. Excellent. Alright. And then everybody's dead over at Rhyme here. Except this time, Dude Guy survives. Plop. There we go, Chapter 3. See what we can do off Chapter 3 one day. Alright, moving on. Yeah, this is so much faster using Archer. Okay, stop switching between those two themes, I get it! I get it! Alright. And it's funny, I just want to point out, I never read about Farampa, but at this point they're like, okay, look, if you haven't read about this yet, it's open now, go there. There's content. Actually, considering how much friggin' content there is in this game, it's kind of amazing how little of it they actually force on you. Like, in fact, they just typically hide stuff is the weirdest part. They're like, no, you can't have our content. It's our content. We made it special. Alright, so. What are we doing here? Probably... We're gonna need to do some party resorting here. Alright, Voltaire, I want you to be a frontline boy here. Because we gotta use those 3 classes. We can hire 2 new guys. Actually, I was gonna use Ravnus, but she's currently dead. I forgot to save her. Alright, so... What we can do... One of them will be Union. We'll get 1 rando hire from the store. Felicia, yeah. Yeah, whatever. We'll use 4 sword masters, 3 ninjas, and the rest is archers. That sounds alright. Use them kataners. Can't learn Preempt just yet, but they can learn Art of War. So we'll finally be able to have a healing move on the team. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's pick up this stuff real quick. Crafting bows won't be necessary for now. As we don't have, Balder bows are the first ones you can actually mess with properly. Alright. So I wanted an even number of these guys, and I'm probably going to want to pick up Counterhit on them as well. The reason why will become clear in just a little bit here. Alright, what level are you? Alright, give them all the dances. Let's give them 2 pick up 4 Tachis, because we'll need them for the time being. Pick up 4 Spirit Blades for later. What else? We got hard brace. This other stuff here. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Just giving them slops for their burst level. You don't get any crit bonus off of basic leather gloves, so there's technically nothing other than this that I can give them for now. All right, let's go to the shop, pick up one more defender ring, and yeah, if you ever needed to get a couple characters up late in the game, didn't have a whole lot of time to do it, I'll show you how it's done. Alright, so we're going to go this way. Going to want Majura. Okay. Let's go ahead and teach these guys their abilities. Okay, so we got Pixie Dance, Harvest Dance, Tremor Dance, and Lion Dance. Don't necessarily need most of it, so yeah, Lion Dance very useful. Pixie Dance very useful. Going to be using kind of a mix of both of those. For the most part. Tremor Dance probably not going to use very often, but we'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead and retreat from that one. We don't need it just yet. Alright. All those guys there. Got... Let's stick some ninjas back here. There we go. So the thing is, I'm going to want the Swordmasters way in the back, but not starting off way in the back. And there's Mr. Hector. Oh, wait, crap, I mixed up who's where. But, the thing is, I'm just gonna show a quick thing here just for the sake of comparison. So he's got 0 right now. If he takes a regular swing, he gets 1.9. Oh, crap, it's first turn, right. Never mind, never mind. Okay, we'll show that off next round. So she is going to go take a swing at him, and we'll see how that's different. For the time being, though, these guys are going to start working on Hector, because he is one chunky boy. There we go. Probably should have picked up some Balder short bows as well. Why didn't I do that again? Don't know, but we're going to want to drag their attention this way, so we stick the ninjas over there. Basically, ninjas you just use to direct people wherever you want them to go. Alright, so they should all start shuffling towards their direction. The idea is, we want these frontliners to get close, and then want them to have enough movement so that their healer feels confident in moving out here. As long as one of them gets close to the healer, they can put them to sleep. And so that should essentially prevent any problems going forward. Yeah, he's out of range for now. So we'll go ahead and cripple that guy. So that'll disable their heal for their next movement, because he's automatically going to go for the guy with the lowest percentage. I'm going to go put a little bit of a hurt on that guy, just to kind of keep them aligned. Basically, if you've got a bunch of characters that you're moving to the farthest that they can and taking a shot, try to take the same kind of distance movement with them, because then you can just kind of have them all acting at one time, keeping them all coordinated and stuff. So even if they're not necessarily as fast... Okay, let's show this off. So, 0.9 because she missed, but this guy over here, 2.9. You got 1% for blocking with it. So what you do is you basically just have them sitting back here and just taking inaccurate swings at each other. I mean, sometimes they're going to hit, of course, but still. Generally speaking, they're going to end up taking turns very fast. They're going to keep taking swings at each other. And it's just overall going to be a really quick way to train stuff. Usually 3-4 fights is all you're going to realistically need to get them up to the next rank. You just leave them with the most basic weapon, and then you usually don't have a problem. There we go. Ah, crap. Okay, I didn't want to do that. That's fine. We have one more. Didn't want you to get a crit, despite the fact that you're distinctly built for crits. The throat's getting all dry over here. Okay. But yeah, ultimately, shutting down the healer, then taking this guy out. But you can see, we're getting pretty good map control right now. Not going to snipe towards the healer just yet, because there's a chance that we don't need to. Get out of here with your deflect. Alright, let's take one towards this archer. It's going to take a while to get used to the fact that she's doing that. You two keep sparring. Alright, come on. Give me good damage. That'll do. Now this move's pretty cheap, so you can usually pull it off pretty reliably. And so now we don't need to even fire at the guy. Okay, can you put this one to sleep, please? Not so much. Alright. Take a cut here, just to get rid of his TP a little bit. And the nice thing is, even when they're built for crits, even if they knock somebody back, Tourniquet's got some pretty good range on it, so they can just go around disabling stuff. It's great. Yeah, who'd have thought non-lethal units were actually useful in this, huh? It's a game about brutal, oppressive wars. You know, you could always dodge that. I might have to go get more water in a moment. This dang randomly dry weather. Can't decide what it is. You guys are just rude, dang. It's not the one you should have been taking out. Alright. Doesn't matter, the ninjas did their job. The two back there got a little bit of training in. They should be able to train a lot more effectively after this. And hopefully we should have enough shots left in these guys to not have to worry about anything. Yeah, level 1 versus level 11, he's still doing damage. I probably don't need to be doing tremendous shot. Doesn't matter. Yeah, this one I'm gonna save, because then once her next round comes up, she can do a double shot. She might be able to take this one out. Now, arguably, I probably should have saved that one. But by leaving her back turn, there's a chance that the knight and fighter there will end up going backwards. Oh, you dick! How dare you? Yeah, that could be a problem. That is a problem, because, yeah, he's about to get a turn. Alright. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's just unfortunate. That was just plain unfortunate. He might be out of heal range. Just slightly, but he might be. Alright. Wait a minute. Oh, it was the knocked out one. That's what was going on. And yeah, he's going to go for these heals, so wonderful. Also, yeah, one sec. Let me go get some water. It'll just be a moment. Alrighty, and we are back. Let's do this. Alright, first things first. They're already at 4. Beautiful. Generally speaking, you only want to train up one new one at a time, but whatever, we're going to break some rules here. Now, just for the sake of testing, let me see if Augment Light actually helps out with Harvest Dance. Additionally, go all the way back to Crisero, because I actually need to pick up 3 Boulder Bows as well. So we're just going to go ahead and make the Hannibal Crossing twice, because why not? Alright, first things first. 3 bows, please. Much obliged. Do I have 3? Thought I had 3 Mage Blades, but I guess I don't. Cross. Apparently we got plenty of those as well. So there we go. Within a couple fights, these guys are already pretty much functional in terms of where you want them to be. There we go, second TR and everything. Go ahead and give you some Nomads. Perfect. So they're already good. Swordmasters are next. These guys have been good for a while. Alright, let's roll. Let's go take us a castle. So we're gonna have arguably the most difficult fight of most of these runs now. It's kind of the make or break, as it were. It's gonna be Mr. Zybos. So we're gonna go ahead and take Brigantis. Alright. Just leave this the same way. Gonna have the Swordmasters go in the back, start fighting each other. Everyone's gonna aggro towards them. Gonna have the ninjas take up the left flank. Gonna have archers go up and, well, just gonna snipe everybody as best they can. Oh yeah, I meant to pick up a counter hit on these guys. So they're gonna be a little bit better, but their damage is still gonna kind of suck. Canopus is going to deliver his line about, oh man, we should go deal with the archers up there first, even though it's, you know, friggin' way easier to just not. Just go deal with the friggin' wizard, he's right there. I mean, really, why do you need to deal with anybody else? So, yeah, we're gonna stack all those guys up on the right side. In fact, we're gonna stick one here. Gonna stick the other two this way. See, archers are stacking up along that wall. 2 ninjas going to the right, 1 to the left. Actually, no, 2 left, 1 right. Because I need the 2 on the left to go deal with the healer, ideally. We probably won't need to deal with him at all. Because Karinikos seems to love running forward for some bizarre reason. Yeah, try as they might, their accuracy is just not going to be enough to keep up right now. It just won't work. Alrighty, sorry about that. Kind of disappeared for a sec there. Dang, he's getting real lucky with those hits. It's almost like he's stacked for luck or something. Alright, there we go. There's 1 shot. It only takes 3 shots to deal with this guy. Stack the other archers right here, and he'll just continue getting close. He's just dumb like that. We probably won't even need this backup strategy, but whatever, it's there if we have it, or if we need it. So once they hit Balder Bows, these guys are already doing respectable damage. It's like 30 is like beyond acceptable at this point. I mean, even on knights, they're doing almost 20, so that's perfectly fine. Perfect. Now, with those Swordmasters, once they get up to their first rank, and the reason that I want to push that, well, I guess second rank, so they start off at first. Once they get up to their second rank, that's usually like the big rush mode for them. So what I like to do for Swordmasters, especially in this case, is essentially run them with Spirit Blades. So that essentially allows them to have one big AoE kind of free finisher of sorts per fight. They do less maximum damage, but the swords are a bit lighter, which means that they can essentially get closer faster. They can put that finisher wherever you need it to go faster, which means that if there's a bunch of stuff in your way, you can essentially have a bunch of them save up their finishers, kind of build up TP with preempt and things like that, and they can just completely break front lines. It's great. Alright, just gonna have him take a basic shot for the moment. Alright, you give him those band-aids. Give him those band-aids real good. I love how they have the crossbow guys way up on the wall, and then they have the longbow guys on the bottom. Yeah, that makes sense. It's totally a logical place for them to be. Alright, we got our ninja in position. We got sniped. And yeah, if you're already in Chapter 4 or something like that, have access to the first Jewelry Codex, or hang on, was it? No. I think it was like the jewelry and Chariot or enchilada or whatever. One of them dealies, whichever jewelry book you get from that northern fort area, and I just completely whipped that shot of my own accord. Good job, genius. Good job. Anyway. One moment. As the puppy's off trying to find missing food in the kids' room. Come to think of it, did Tyrannico get 1 extra range? I thought it was 2 range before. Now it's 3. Has it seriously been that for a what? Man. The Nerf ninjas, they're too good. But yeah, no, that 60% is awesome. It is amazing. So I was kind of laughing when the whole thing of whether 60% was overpowered when it came to that distracting shot from Cerebo's mod came up. It's like, yeah, feels pretty good on Tyrannico, I'm gonna say that much. Not to mention it's a free action. Not actually free, whatever. Close enough. Close enough. Alright, so they're running Boulder now by the looks of it. Bye, Felicia. Come to think of it, I never actually tested whether hitting somebody with the weapon that they're using while they're on the ground trains them. Because I know that the person attacking doesn't get trained. Now we could go ahead and, do a dead anchor, but double shot is both pointless and more fun. Because yeah, it's basically going to do the same damage, but you get to shoot him twice. We'll test that whole sword thing another day. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. Alright, so they're up to rank 6, I think. I think that gives them some extra stuff. Let's see here. Okay, it's not going to be better armor yet. Yeah, they get hard braces. It gives them extra luck. Whatever. We'll do that. Oh, did I forget to update you? Seriously? And you may have noticed, despite the fact that they didn't update, they still moved at the same time, because they all weigh the same. It's good! Alright. I think it's time for Mind's Eye. Stuff's pretty dang good. Mind's Eye, and then probably a Reflect damage. Whenever they do take hits, they take pretty severe hits, so might as well try to get something out of it. So yeah, Mind's Eye used to be a Swordmaster ability, now it's a ninja thing. It's basically evade all melee attacks until the next turn. It does allow you to evade and counter, unlike the original as well. I'm like 90% sure you can actually counter in the original. Could be wrong on that, but still relatively certain about it. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and do reflect damage on these guys. Nice thing is you can actually stack both reflect abilities if you want. Unlike how I've heard some folks mention, like, oh, it just breaks the game. You can put all your reflect stuff on it, which like 10% damage, or even 20% in this case. You can bring it up to 40% reflection if you use the spike or shard shields on top of this. But here's the thing, you're still taking that damage, so it's not doing you a whole lot of good if you're not actually doing something about it. Like, it's mostly there as a backup plan of like, well, that one's getting knocked out anyway, they might as well do something in return. Alright. Let's see here. Not double, yeah, counter, there we go. One counter on both of them so that they can train twice as fast. I'll pick up extra skill slot as well. Just for the sake of uniformity. Alright, let's do this. So this one's going to be a good bit harder. So this is, this one should be Diderot 2. And then Apollinaire gets moved to a different castle for now. After you're playing neutral or chaos, you'd fight Apollinaire here. Okay. So, first turn we're going to move forward. After that we're going to fall back. Not going to attack just yet. The idea is to try and pull them in and try to start putting some dudes to sleep. Moving all the archers exactly 2 tiles, moving the ninjas for their full extent. Because it's how I want to get their RT lined up. Main idea being, archers should be able to move forward and deal with the Terror Knights while they're here. So they should be able to all fire on the Terror Knights and the archers at once. Deal with most of them. We should hopefully only take a couple casualties from that. As you can see, we're already taking a hell of a lot of hits. One of you please hit the Swordmasters. Actually, yeah, they did. One of them hit Felicia, so that's what we need. Oh yeah, we'll start off with the archers. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go, yeah, let's go Strengthen and Dodge. I could have sworn I had Harvest Dance already. No, we're 1 level off of Harvest Dance. That's what it is. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And as you can see, Strengthen matters a lot more now. It's not like, hey, I got 10 extra damage, it's like, I got 30 extra damage. It's pretty nice. So yeah, against squishies, it's going to matter a lot. Against the tanks, it'll barely do anything, because you're not really getting much through in the first place. Alright. Let's see if we can force them to run past here. Do True Strike and Resilient. Probably should have put some heavy armor on Denim as well. We actually have the means to do that. Well, not heavy, but medium. So you can take a Querus, and you can actually harden it up to give you a little bit of extra defense. Helps out with... actually, let's deal with this one next. It helps out a hell of a lot when it comes to units like Denim, where you specifically want them to have higher defense than everybody else, so that they don't get targeted. Right, let's see if you can finish that one off. Yep. That's fine. And try to pull their aggro a little bit towards this one. So Berserkers need to go next. Good. Targeting where I want them to. If we can sacrifice 1 ninja to put all those away, that'd be great. He's going to go for the poison. That's okay for the time being. Resilient puts them in just enough range to be able to survive that. What we're doing right now is mostly getting rid of their heavy hitters to be able to survive better later, right? So we're getting rid of their heavy hitters to some degree, trying to get rid of their range things, trying to get the ninjas back there to shut down the healer, and then just like last fight, all we need is a couple shutdowns to be able to make that happen. Okay, so Swordmasters are down, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. They did what they needed to do. And then once healers shut down, I can have the ninjas focus on dealing with the casters and the archers. So yeah, perfect, perfect. He just put himself in an ideal position here. Okay. Yeah, hell, we might forget it. We don't even need the ninjas anymore. We can just deal with that crap. All right, so we are within kill range there. In fact, we can just go ahead and get rid of this caster right here. Dead. One-shotted. Yes, we have a level advantage, but still. Okay, start dealing with that one. One ninja deals with the healer. The other one deals with that second archer. Yeah, we go. Cut him down, put this archer to sleep. Yeah, I would really love a version of Mind's Eye that worked for ranged attacks. I'm gonna put you here. Alright, what are you immune to? Just stun. Okay. Right. You know what? Yeah, let's put you right here. See about turning on Mind's Eye. Nah, just out of range. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, she's probably not going to be the one getting attacked, but just in case, there it is. Come on, dodge. Yes. Alright, now we deal with this one that's kind of right up in our face. Probably put a tremendous on it to make it hit even harder. Dang. Dog's over there making weird noises. Perfectly fine. But yeah, this guy's already ruined. And with Resilient on, all this is going to do is re-up poison, which won't really do very much for them. He punches for 18. That's good. That's good stuff. I'm pretty sure that's their luck builds, letting them dodge so many 70%. They won't be able to dodge this, but still. We don't need them to last forever. Okay, we got our double shot. While we've got strength in, let's see. Yeah, let's start just popping stuff into Hector. Oh, you dick! Alright. See about putting away this caster. Perfect. Can you finish off this one? Yes. Okay, so that's one less problem to deal with. And then from here, just all that's left is to just bash the hell out of Hector, and we're done. So he's one of the most defensive units in the game. Fortunately, he just put himself just out of range. That's fine. Yeah, if you could dodge, that'd be great. Strengthen's gone now. Alright. These guys' ramparts are kind of screwing us up. Perfect. Alright, we need to drag them down. Let me put this guy to sleep, please. And sleep. Dick, go to sleep. Just put your head on that pillow right there and go to sleep. The greatest kids book ever, written by Samuel L. Jackson. Go the F to sleep. Okey-doke. But yeah, that one war dance friggin' put us ahead like crazy. Alright, just need that ninja to move now. Either to move or get knocked out. I'm actually okay with either option there. Now, this guy just took his move. He's also going to wake up pretty soon, so what I'm going to do is going to try to re-up his sleep here. Because I want to drag him this way anyway. This might just wake him up. No, just put him back to sleep. Generally speaking, you want to try to re-up that. And actually, if you happen to already have the points for it, there's really no harm in re-upping sleep on anybody, because, yeah, it doesn't wake them up if it fails. So you can just put them right back to a longer nap. Double shot. Perfect. Perfect. Excellent. Mind's Eye, because they're usually too stupid to pay attention to that skill. And unfortunately, the sword guys are going to end up bleeding out. It's fine. That's fine. Come on. Do that 10% dodge, you know you want to. Ah. That would have been awesome. Oh well. Then again, I can get them out here with... Yeah, I can get them out of here. Really might as well. I don't have enough to finish it, so let's just get them out of here. Just in case we have a really rough Chapter 4. That's what we have these for here, after all. Yep. Totally, we're definitely doing that thing you totally didn't just tell us to go do. It's like, oh man, it would sure be a shame if somebody got at all these prisoners over here that totally want to join you. Man, you're such a genius. How'd you figure it out? This guy would be the greatest Bond villain ever. It's like, how did you ever find out about my secret base? He says, calling 911. Just like, no. He just basically calls the cops directly, like, how did you know it was me? Like, we didn't. Where are you? Like, oh, I'm at the 123 bad guy lane. How'd you ever figure out my address, though? I'm like, well, you just told us. No, I didn't. You guys must be some kind of geniuses. Alright. You are just within range. If you didn't know, despite the fact that you can fire beyond range normally, double shot does not fire outside of range. It'll just fire a single shot. I don't know if he disabled the ability to fire at all while doing that, but I believe the tooltip actually does tell you now. I never did in the original. Yeah, not usable beyond weapon range or with guns, which is unfortunate. That would have been pretty awesome. It was like double shot with a cursed pistol. Oh man, something about this doesn't seem right. How weird. Bye, dude. Alright. I need to do a quick checkup on the thing here. How could they be? They are not our enemies. Get in here, Union. Alright, so, hang on just a moment. I will be right back. Okay, and back. Left it as a stuttering mess again, I see. Such life. Right, now, was there anything I wanted to buy here? I think so. Okay, we can make silver arcs. Yeah, I might as well do that. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Alright, so now we go over here, make some boulder. Let's see, we need 6 refined ore for that. As you can see, crafting much simpler. 3 things, and I can make 3 upgrades. It's a miracle. It's almost like with this long of a friggin' animation, stuff should be, you know, improved or something. Okay. Shy. I don't know if they can actually use these yet. If not, they're just gonna go run with swords for a little bit. I think they should be able to. Because usually it's like right after. Alright, we got katana-wise, silver spirit blades. I need one spirit stone and 4 boulder. Right. 4 boulder, so 8 of these things. And that's all it takes. Actually, screw it. That speed up button doesn't really speed up anything. Because usually the game ends up lagging in such a way that it just doesn't really like it. Okay. Moving right along. And actually, right after this, we should be getting Hopper M, so this wind up working out perfectly. I don't need to get anybody else. He's going to come in with his extra rank already done. And by that point, I think we should be at just the right level to use the Spirit Blades. Yeah, I think it's the next fight, actually. And let's give your Mage Blade back. And yeah, they're 1 level off of those, so whatever. Back to short bows for the moment. I'm not going to spend the money on getting new ones. It's fine. They're not really going to need them. And let's see here. The one random Valbadian guy that got killed off in there. Like, what was I even doing here? Okay, this should be 10, yeah. So we got Bahana, we got Reason, and then we should be able to use them. I think while we're here, we should pick up some Field Alk and Holy Water, though. Pick up 4 of those, pick up, whatever, 3 of those. That's fine. Hello, Spheroa. How's it going? Yeah, you're the Reddit guy? You know, I recognize the name. So how's stuff been for you? Let's see, Codex of Gems should be from the next castle. So yeah, Crit and I's got that. And away we go to save Hopi Rim. Let's do this thing. Alright. So. Yunin, you're going to go ahead and be a Swordmaster. See, Deezum been chilling after work. Sounds like fun. And any... that one. You know what? Here, let's go ahead and take Avalon out then. Or not Avalon, but Amelia out. There we go. That way we have all these sortie mastery type folks over here. Should be all good. But yeah, so basically what we're doing here, this is essentially a run trying to entirely use luck-based builds for the most part. Well, not for the most part, pretty much exclusively. There's Rubber Ball. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, Halberham's later. I did a dumb. Whatever. Luck-based meaning that I can only basically everybody has to be using luck-boosting equipment. So, for example, for all the sword masters, got to be using Eastern swords. Those boost your luck. Hardened bracers or any kind of sniping gloves boost luck. Basically, just as much luck building as there can be. Early on, there aren't too many choices, but for example, like Mage Blades over here are plus 12. These are plus 20. And the funny part is, despite the fact that people have been going through and combing through this game's files and everything else for a very long time now, there's still kind of like a general question mark in terms of what exactly luck even does. Let's see, didn't realize clerics... well, clerics can't technically have katanas. She's actually a unique character that just permanently looks like a cleric. Slightly darker cleric. Or I guess a slightly more navy cleric. So yeah, this is Felicia. She previously looked like Claire. She's the chick that takes care of Veggie Lands later on down the road. Basically, he went through with this last alpha patch. This is the 93 alpha. So he went through and he redid some of the looks to make them. In previous versions, he had gone and reused some portraits and some sprites that had been used by other characters in the story. So now he tried to kind of tone that down a little bit to make them, just kind of be their own character for the most part. So, like for example, Sarah over here, just looks like a rogue even though she's not one. She previously looked like a kind of silver-colored knight with well, she had like the knight portrait and then Swordmaster's getup. Which personally I thought was really awesome, but apparently some folks asked for a more generic-looking one. So anyway, he's gonna take some polls later to see what stays and what goes. But yeah, I liked Silver Sarah as well. Like I think Sarah should go back. Donalto, he actually fixed Invisible Donalto. So yeah. Invisible Donalto is now like a redder version of his default self, rather than the old man one, which apparently was modeled after Vice's dad. See, single player made Voltaire into a wizard. Well, now he can be Wizard Knight. It's pretty awesome. I love his unique look. It's like, especially when you give him classes that have nothing to do with it. It's like, oh, check it out, he's this friggin' knight over here. Just running around and just shanking things like a ninja. He's just a very, very well-armored ninja, that's what he is. It's pretty fun. And yeah, unlike Vanilla, you don't have to worry about the fact that you didn't go for their normal stuff. It's great. It's great. It's like, oh, I want to have I need a caster on the team. All I have is a bunch of fighters. Let me go change one of my veterans into, into a caster, and then they do like 1 damage. It's like, on the one hand, it makes sense. On the other hand, it's like, I really don't feel like taking another week to train this guy. Not to mention, if you've already used up your caster levels, you're basically screwed in that case. So let's see. Secretly hoping for level catch-up mechanics or classes being more pre-leveled that you get. Yes, he's actually working on that. So he's mentioned, it's kind of like one of the current things he's working on is a means to kind of up how much... okay, sorry to take so many steps back here. Basically, in the game, there's already a thing that says, okay, you have this class over here, it's under-leveled, it gets more experience, but it's only like 20 or 30% more that they end up getting. So instead what's going to end up happening is he said he's going to make it more so, like, if you have one class that's like 1 and another one that's 20, it's just going to be like, okay, 10% of it goes to that 20, 90% of it goes to these guys over here, and it sounded like his eventual plan there was to make it so that it's just like the class as a lump rather than how many units you actually have on the field. Because right now it's scaled in terms of your percentage of one class to another class, plus whatever amounts they were behind the other guy, plus however many you brought along. So it sounds like that's being worked on. So either way. Another cool thing that he added in this version is this right here, where there's actually a reason to keep trajectory on everyone, because you can get True Flight, which basically allows you to practically get guaranteed hits. It's pretty great. Allows you to have way more accurate archers. But yeah, if there's something that you want in the game, odds are he's working on it. But yeah, so trajectory gives True Flight. In this version it does. So 93 is going live in probably within the next week. He's actually working on the last part of it. So you see how okay, yeah, a couple things here. By the way, if you want to try out this version, since other than one change, it's actually the same as the one that's going to go live. I updated the guide, so if you do !guide, it should come up with a link to the guide there. Anyway, does it? Please tell me it comes up. Dang it. Okay. Hang on. I need to fix. How do I fix? Hang on, let's see. I go to this thing, go to commands, custom commands. Which one is it? Do I seriously? Wow. Well, if you do !cheat, it'll come up with the website anyway. But yeah, no, basically that's the list of cheats. But if you look for Tactics Ogre the guide, or One Vision the guide, it's on there. But nichegames.com anyway. Glad to do so. Glad to assist in any way I can, but a lot of folks were asking about the cheat list, so it seemed like a pretty fitting thing to do. Any dangways, so yeah, the link to the alpha is in there. As well as he included, he recently updated this list. This list that had some class growths on there and stuff like that. So included that on there as well. Like basically following along with every time he does stuff and like scavenging everything like a pigeon. Like, quick, let me shove this in the guide too. He said a thing. Loving the buff and debuff focus. Yeah, it's awesome to see them actually do stuff. Like, lately I always go back and go through vanilla every now and then just to, you know, kind of always trying to figure out what it was that they were thinking with so many different changes. Like, I'm still convinced that they were secretly terrified of rune fencers. Because, yeah. Just, they seem like they got nerfed into the ground late into the development. So, who knows. What am I getting at here, though? Yeah, we're almost done taking care of this healer. Normally you wouldn't nail the healers, like, quite this much. I probably would have wanted to get one of the ninjas closer. But in this case, it's easier just to rain down on them. There we go. Healing done. But yeah, like, in this, it boosts your odds to do stuff about, give or take, 40%, and the base game is like 5 to 10. It's like, quick, let me use my entire turn to get this buff that'll give me no benefit. Yay! So you notice that no Tactics Ogre streamer zooms out like this. I think it's mostly just because of how much stuff there's going on there. I zoom out every now and then. It just, every time that they have a cutscene, it likes to zoom back in and it looks real jarring. There we go, perfect. This is why I left Yunin naked. Because then he's like, yeah, let me go use those casts. And then we can just sit there and beat the crap out of him, because that's a really dumb move. And yeah, I was showing off this little quick training trick earlier. I just got these guys a couple fights ago. Trying to get their katanas trained out so they're just sparring in the background. Sparring in the snow while a battle goes on. Hardening themselves in the elements. And of course, that guy tried to explain his molestation of the log the same way, but anyway. That's a long story. It's not actually a long story. I hope it didn't actually happen. See, sounds like something Solid Snake would do. Probably. No! How dare you? Always getting bamboozled by these peoples. And that should be enough to use Tyrannico. And yeah, Tyrannico is still an amazing move. 60% to delete your problems. If only that kind of thing existed in real life and it wasn't money. Yeah, part of the reason behind this run, this was basically that Asia % run. I don't know if you saw any of the previous ones, but there was this whole thing that I was planning to do for the release of Sekiro, and then, well, got delayed, and then got delayed, and then got delayed, and got sick 3 times, and just like 5 billion problems later, I'm like, screw it, I'm just not even going to call it the Asia % run, it's luck % now. It's just luck builds. It just happens to use the exact same formula. Whatever, I'm just not going to call it that, because apparently it's cursed. So, finally, here we are. But yeah. So it's just Sword Masters, Ninjas, and Archers. So the 3 classes that people regularly complain are underpowered, because they don't necessarily go for direct damage as much, though, man. Like, friggin' Sword Masters have direct damage for days. What am I doing? Why am I shooting at a random tile? Some people might just consider it as racial. Weirdly enough, it was, I think it originally started with a guy from Japan actually asking for it. I forget if he had inspired the run or directly asked for it. I mean, like, whatever culture you're from, I'd assume you'd want to see more of that culture shown off. Especially when it just so happens that the 3 classes that people complain about being underpowered most, generally speaking, are kind of that same culture category, and were kind of overpowered, or more or less considered overpowered to some degree before. I don't know how anyone could consider Sword Masters overpowered. That was like one guy that thought that, because two-handed katanas originally sucked. Like, really, really sucked. I'm not sure why. It's like, Hobrim was the only guy to ever keep as a Sword Master. They were really good in the SNES. Well, I mean, they were kind of okay in the SNES version. They were awesome in Knight of Lotus. Like, they were probably the best class in Knight of Lotus. They were kind of trash in March of the Black Queen if you didn't use them as a frontliner. Like, they had that backline unique, like, Sonic Boom move that inexplicably harmed themselves, but yeah. Alright. Alright, good. These guys hit 16. Pop them silver bows on there. And yeah, one thing that I absolutely adore about this mod is that bow and sword builds work. It's like bow and like one-handed weapon builds. They just... not to quote the ill-fated horribleness, but it just works. See, it's ridiculous. The Stone Throw, Pelting Fury, Melted Spellcasters, yep. Give them Fluid Magic and they can keep your summoners for supplies. Or even better yet, give him a teleport ring, combine him with a caster, and give him Molten Blade, and give him a friggin', give him a Snapdragon, and just watch as he does like 800 damage, and just teleports halfway across the map. It's great. Man, the standard speedrun is such a joy to watch for that game. Even if I'm not terribly good at it myself and I keep trying to go for weird runs, man, I love the speedruns so much. It's beautiful. Alright, okay, Reason Way, let's go take care of Decurion Vents. Alright, I want the ninjas to get one more level to catch up, so... not to mention this guy can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes. So let's go ahead and pilot this way. So we get Bum Rush team over there on the right, or on the left flank rather. Loved grinding to 50 at the beginning of the game and then going fast through the game to get that A+ ending. Yep. And yeah, you could get to 50 like crazy. It was really fast. See, that's the thing. You didn't necessarily even need that item. Or that emblem. The interesting thing was, like, it's not the emblem. All that the emblem did was increase how long you stayed in the good range of your biorhythm. And by the way, have you ever read of the, like, the full extent of the bizarreness that was the biorhythm system? Because it was just like, you have the intensity, the height, the longevity, whatever else, of the entire wavelength of your whole weird system. And yeah, that one let you stay in the higher end of that more often. But then basically it didn't have any actual effect on like what you were picking up specifically. I think it was that, and I think it was Berserk that kept you in the higher end of that. Yeah, it was weird. Like I was reading, just like reading through the entire guide just to, at one point, just to kind of show how unnecessarily complicated that system was. Because, man, there was an actual mathematician, I have to assume. It sounded like a math professor writing a thesis on this whole dang thing. If it was visualized somewhere, yeah. You know how they visualized it in the guide? Like, not the... there was no official guide, I don't think. But I'm sure there must have been some official guide somewhere. But no, for this this guide that somebody had written up, basically what he did, he put together just a chart of different things. Just showing, I think it was 12 different boxes with different phrases based on different times of the year on each one, based off different kinds of characteristics of each of the characters. So it's like, here's several different meanings that can mean entirely different things based on yada yada yada. Like, it's neat. It's definitely neat. It's just, holy crap. It's so complicated. Who programmed this? It's like every single bit of this entire series just feels like some bits are weirdly simplified, and then you get like those weird features that somebody spent way too much time on. It's crazy. Like the luck system in that. Actually, the luck system in this too. Because like that was the point of this run, just to see how much luck affected it. Because it seemed, based off the numbers in the base game, it almost felt like, oh yeah, end stats being strength and agility only. Yeah, I really like that. It let them rubber band stuff very well. But yeah, what was it? What was I getting at here? Oh yeah, so like the luck system in this, despite people data mining it for ages, they don't really know the full extent of what it does. My running theory at the moment, based off of testing a few hundred AI fights and just kind of generally having a thing for crit builds that I've been testing for a little bit, is I think it's just a secondary chance to win at anything. Because there were... I was mentioning this earlier, but there are times when I've been going through this and they would nail like 15 parries in a row with maxed out luck. Like, they start getting rolls that they never should be able to. And if you look at the base game, the way that they have the stats laid out, it almost seems like they were scared of that stat. Wait. Granted, they should have been scared of Dex, but it seemed like they were scared of luck. Because the most you can get, I think, is out of a single item is like 10. So I know, like, some of the later game katanas and stuff like that can give you +5. The upgraded ring gives you +10. See, that thinks there might be breakpoints where the unit gets an extra roll for failures. That's what I mean. Like, it seems like it's something like that. It definitely doesn't affect drops as far as I can tell. Or it doesn't seem to, anyway. Because I haven't been noticing any different drops for this one. Not to mention the way that the drops are seated in this, it doesn't seem like there would be a calculation for luck to be considered. Though then again, you never know with this game, because who the hell knows? There's some bizarrely specific stuff that never ever gets used, so... You know, like the armor system that this mod uses all the time that pretty much played no part in the original game. So there's that. Alright, we are gonna need... Yeah. Alright, it's time to start laying into these healers. We've got a really strong level advantage at the moment, but... You know what? I just messed that up completely. I should have just thrown a strength on everybody. Alright, we're gonna go for a shutdown here. So first things first, let's see if we can draw anybody off to the right. Start doing a little bit more damage here. But yeah, like so far with the builds that we're going with here, specifically the one-handed katanas and the sniping gloves, noticed several occasions where they were regularly dodging 80%. Like they would dodge 80% in a row and stuff like that. It's not enough to really solidly say, yeah, this is definitely the case, but I think there's at least a decent chance that whatever number it is like, it feels like it's that percentage to potentially roll just like the parry would roll or something like that, to roll another thing. Because it definitely seemed like they were scared to include it on too many things. At least that's my personal opinion. That's not based off any, solid numbers. It's just based off personal opinion and testing. Just to get that out of the way. I've been rambling on way too long today. My throat doesn't want to work. Alright, so, can't quite reach that guy, can't quite reach that guy. Dance is gonna have issues. Let's go start taking out their ninjas, I guess. Favorite battle theme? That would be Faraway Heights. It was actually taken off of YouTube a little while ago by the guy that had done most of them, and then I re-uploaded it last year, so it should still be there. Come to think of it, I should probably put that as one of the commands. But it's the one that you actually have to go through the entire game doing a... I think it's no retreats, no incapacitations of San Bronza. To actually unlock it in the music menu. It's a bit excessive, let's say, but, See, like, the no retreat's fine, but no incaps? No, thank you. I've done that run before, and it was depressingly sucky. Haven't done endgame stuff still? Well, get on it! Alright, it's time to throw some dances out here. Do that lion dance. I should have done lion dance way earlier. This fight would be done already. Haven't done the endgame because I kept losing interest. Yeah, I was doing the exact same thing. Like, I've been doing runs of this game for pretty much since it came out, and had the exact same thing. And then once the mod came out, I finally got through all of endgame. Finally started getting to see a lot of the stuff that never got seen before. Like, it's way better with a mod. I will say San Bronza does get pretty brutal if you decide to go for all the angel fights and stuff like that. But yeah, the mod definitely breathes new life into it. And part of the problem is because a lot of the endgame stuff had weird level gates that it did not telegraph in any ways whatsoever. You can almost reach that guy. See if I can get a shot from here. Yes. And this, right here, is why you want to have a ninja harassment squad. But yeah, the mod definitely keeps stuff fresh. Keeps it all nice and fresh, and you don't even need a drawer for it. Alright. I'm gonna do a tremendous just to reposition him. Breath of Earth and Showdown, yeah, those are pretty nice. Yeah, mostly just like, mostly I really like, Faraway Heights just because the times that it's used, like, it's so on point, Like, specifically the best use of it is one of the San Bronza fights where it's, like, it's just a flying bridge in the sky, and it's just this dramatic, kind of melodramatic theme, just playing in the background there as all these flying things are going all over the place. It's just so good! I love it! Alright, let's keep these bows keeping pressure. At this point, I'd yeah, ideally I'd want to get close, but this will have to do for now. So you fell in love with Showdown when you rushed to help Ocean from Necromancer? Yeah, it's really strong there. Like, I love the little snippets that they put into the music menu too. Like that was just, whoever came up with that, just brilliant. Like, absolutely brilliant. Because like, some of the stuff you never would have known otherwise. Like where they had the whole thing where they mentioned that that they mentioned that for For Villahanya, they actually timed all of the lightning to that music, like specifically to the bass notes of that music. It's like, you know, it felt that way, but yeah. Kind of felt like Gandalf during Helm's Deep. Very true. Ooh, crap, sorry. I always forget about that vertical menu. I like my vertical menu, but man. See the backstory for the song development? Yeah. I just love that they have it in there. It's like they really didn't even need to do that. And the cool thing is, like, it's Warren up until you get to the very end, and then as soon as you pick up Yuria, she takes over as the music menu. It's like, aw, that's a nice touch. Yeah, it's a classic that sounds weird on the PS1 version. See, they timed lightning strikes. Yeah, it's in there. Like, you just go to the song menu, it's in there. I'm gonna see if I actually have it unlocked on this file. I'm pretty sure I do. But let's go take a peek. Take a peek at that thingy. Where are you, Villahanya? No! We don't have it yet. Why don't we have it yet? I think you have to beat the... I think you have to get, like, Concord Gang or something to get it. It's like, generally speaking, the better the theme is, the more crap you have to go through to get it. But yeah, next time that you're playing it, you can just look at it. They have all that stuff there. That's 10. They're not at 10 yet. However, Yunin can get himself some sword skill. Get that. Oh crap! That's the wrong one. Whatever. So in the music player, they add additional sound effects to the music. I don't think so. But you meant the actual lightning strikes in the fight against Moldova. Yeah, no, that's lightning strikes I'm talking about. Like, you know how they have a lightning flashing in the background? Like, they specifically timed the lightning in that fight to match up with the song. But yeah, no, the little notes I was talking about is that they have it at the top here. Like, right at the very top, like, right here. I would play this, by the way, but YouTube gets mad at me every time I do. They're like, oh no! Oh no! There was an orchestra that played this once, they're gonna get mad and sue you. Therefore, we'll take away all that monetization you're not doing. Rah, 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 etc. I don't have enough people to monetize anything. Anyway. Yeah, I think, what's it? There would have to be like 620 more people to join to even monetize it. It's comical. The numbers kind of feeling a bit ridiculous. Well, if you're feeling tired, there's this amazing technology I heard about a while ago called a nap. Now, it's a very difficult maneuver to pull off. It's just basically where you impact your head on a soft surface, and then you just, like, go unconscious for several hours. It's tricky. Only the pros can do it. And cats, because they're just too pro for this world. There's Mr. Orgeau, aka the guy that holds the Gem Codex. And because he's a genius, he's just going to run to the very center of the map. Hello, Tanaka Conan. I have to explain pillows to my wife all the time, never sleeps. Jeez. Well, such things happen. And I know my wife threatens to sleep in every single Saturday. And every single Saturday, I just like wake up, it's like, yep, time to get up, here's your breakfast, I've cleaned the entire house and done everything. Like, okay. It's like, I've reorganized the kids' room, I've gotten all the kids fed, and we went to the park, and it's like 8 AM, how have you done all this? Because she's magic, that's how. That's the thing, like, as soon as you get married, like, just like automatic bestowal of the wife title gives somebody supernatural powers. Like, they just get a time turner. Convinced at this point. Let's see. Really sleepy person in general. Tend to sleep 8 to 10 hours to be fully rested, nap a lot, get released from kindergarten because they're like, ma'am, your son sleeps the entire day, he doesn't need to be here. You may want to try, this may seem like a weird thing, but like if you want to be awake more, just chug more water, as weird as that sounds. Like sometimes if you have a relatively slow system and all that kind of thing, which can occasionally cause sleepiness, it's like if you chug enough water, it just kind of tends to speed everything up. Water fixes a lot of things, yeah. It's almost like we're mostly made of water or something. Don't drink water in mornings? That really helps. Like, all the time. Well, I have 2 kids, so I tend to have a pretty jank sleep schedule. Which is like, I always have my water cup with me. And it's like, the moment I get up, just friggin' shotgun that thing, just drink however much water will go down, and then just get going. It's like, it's weird because it just automatically makes you feel invigorated. It's great. Alright, so I've got some Dragoons here. Unfortunately, coming with Deflect, and yeah, definitely this trajectory update definitely makes those guys, makes Deflect a reasonable choice again. Still drink coffee for the taste, though. Gotta have both. Love the bitter. Yeah, I love just mixing weird crap with my coffee. And to the point that I've gotten some funny looks from my wife before. She's like, what the hell kind of coffee did you make here? I'm like, well, I took a blender, I mixed up some milk, honey, and animal crackers, and decided to pour that crap on top of some espresso, just, kind of for the hell of it. It's like, yeah, that's not exactly healthy, but I was kind of curious what it would taste like. Yeah, I know, it's weird. I was curious. What can I say? I really like animal crackers. And we have way too many. I mean, all the instructions said was, help me eat these animal crackers, because we have so many, and they're starting to get towards their expiration date. It was like, well, the instructions didn't say why. You knew you could, but you didn't think if you should. I don't know, that tasted pretty delicious. Cannot argue with that taste. The flavor was real. And my throat's all jacked up because I drank too much coffee earlier and I've been rambling like a nutcase all day. Alright. Trajectory won't make them any less likely to just deflect this crap, but whatever. And in case anyone was curious, because this question got asked last time, in terms of parry and deflect, they do roughly 2% per proc. So you need 50 deflects to get to the next rank, usually. And as far as I've seen, it seems pretty consistent, kind of throughout all of it, so that's always nice. Alrighty, let's move on here. So we're gonna get about halfway across this bridge. Orgeaux's gonna run forward. We're gonna get some doofus that's gonna spawn on the right side, and hopefully that won't be a Terror Knight, because that could give us problems. And she's gonna find like 10 bucks buried in the ground. That's always nifty. Thank you, Brenna. She's over here providing bits to the army. It's like somebody left them here. I think the Gelk is standing were cheering. Alright. It's also about, I think after this fight, I'm gonna go make the rounds to check on the kiddos real quick. Listening to Villahania, the song's so good. Dang straight. I have like half the soundtrack on my playlist. Stuff's surprisingly good for workouts. Alright, so Orgeaux's going all the way to the front, so we should be pretty solid there. Punch. Yeah, some of the soundtrack is also in the stream lists. Exactly. Stuff's good. Come to think of it, wait a minute! I'm an idiot. Oh, sorry for the loud noise, I just gonna punch my table. I'm an idiot. I just realized you were the one with the stream. Yes, I know, I'm slow as crap. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I have you on the auto host list, by the way. I was actually trying to mention folks to go check out your stream later. But yeah, was curious to see that neutral run. Always good to see more Tactics Ogre out there. Alright, let's see. Let's go keep popping this guy. He's probably going to start taking those center tiles. See how that goes. See, I haven't been streaming lately because April work schedule's kind of killer. Yeah, work schedules like doing that. Error's on the way. Dang work. Alright, let's go ahead and try to put this one to sleep. Get out of here. Work 12-hour shifts both day and night. Yeah, that sounds difficult. Kinda wish I could join you on that one. Been stuck on the old freelancer life for way too long. Business failed. Ended up doing all kinds of other stuff. But, yeah, definitely wishing a normal job were possible from home without a bunch of technicalities or problems or whatever else. See, if it works out really well, 3 days and 3 days off factory work. Could be good or bad. I've heard some folks say that it's really nice for them. I've heard other folks say that they hate it. But I guess it depends. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, better than expected. Funnily enough, those tiles right there, like over in the water, kind of if you knock him off one of the water tiles, he can sometimes disappear. Like if he falls out of sight, he can fall off the map. And if he falls through the map, the fight still ends because the game sees him as deleted, but you still wind up in a potential situation where you don't get your Codex of Gems. Alright, so we're going to stick the 3 dudes back here. They're 1 level off. I was going to say get them some armor. Alright, well, this will just be a flat upgrade on that. That's fine. Let's see. Like a lot, but doing vacation season, it gets all the jump lace, so it's like 4 days on, 5 days off, 2 nights on it. Weird. Okay. This one should be Apollinaire, and then I believe Zabos has taken Almorca, and then you go fight him there. I could be remembering that in the wrong order. I don't do this one that often, but we're gonna find out in a moment. Yeah, Zabos is pretty neat. He does look like he has like he may have hit his head on something in this version, but still pretty neato. Yeah, he does make sense in terms of a character. I was one of the things I was asking for Rakes though. I was like, is there any chance that for some reason? Oh no, we get Gatalio. Right, we don't get Apollinaire here. We get Gatalio because he survived. Anyway. What was I getting at here? Alright, whatever, let's just go sword fighting. Yeah, he is the danger. Ooh, don't get to see the Gatalio attacks that often. Because, yeah, usually he's here having his conversation with Apollinaire, and she's like, man, you're a terrible person too. He's like, yeah, I know, but you're an awesome person. Why are you being all evil? See if I can recruit him. True. True. Now, how are we gonna do this one? See, the thing is with this party, I don't have Field Alch 1 on anybody. So we're basically relying on quote-unquote Alpha Strike potential. Probably just gonna try to snipe everybody as they come. What was that? Ooh. Is that more sales? Dang it. It's friggin' Let Go app. Yeah, Let Go is a weird animal, I'll say that much. Because, yeah, 9 times out of 10, just like, people ask if something's available and then never ever respond again. Thanks, Dr. Russell. Oh, no problem. Thank you for doing more stuff for this series. It was good to see more folks doing it. Alright, there we go. So let's just go ahead and line up the archers. Sorry for the getting distracted for a second there. So I think what we're going to do, I'm going to line up the ninjas on the right side here. Archers are going to take front row. Swordmaster should have Harvest Dance. Actually, no, let's stick 1 ninja here, 2 on the far side. That way they can kind of zoom in and shut down units if needed. And do this kind of formation with the archers. Yeah, let's do this. That way not too many of them are stacked up. They don't have that many AoE abilities aside from Gatalio himself. Casters are more than likely going to stay behind, so they're going to send their knights, knights and ninjas and soldiers and crap forward. So I'll deal with all that as it comes. So you heading to sleep now, though? Have 2 more days work days to get through. Alright, well, you have yourself a good sleep. I hope everything goes easy for you. And, yeah, we'll be here. So stop by anytime. Alright, let's pop you here, I think. Oh, whoa. Oh, thanks for the host. Appreciate it. So let's go ahead and beef up these guys. Get a little bit more stuff going there. Alright. So let's go ahead and do one of those. Let's pop you here. Do you have the range? No, of course. Why would you have the range? Alright. You're going to do Harvest Dance. Actually, we need that over here. So that's our one primary form of healing at this point. As time goes on, it'll end up getting better and better. So we've got 40 at the moment. Now let's see. Okay, so we're still at 0. Now we're going to test out whether or not this actually works. I believe it's scaled off Divine. Or at least there's some minor scaling. I don't know if it works with a skill, though. No, okay, it doesn't. Isn't it Divine? Yeah, no. It scales off of Divine, but it doesn't train it. That's odd. Oh well. Oh, crap, I forgot to give him... Okay. That's fine, that's fine. He's just gonna be the healing leaf guy. I forgot to give him his abilities. Alright, let's go ahead and do some sniping. In that 20 to 30 extra damage. Alright, come on. You know you want to charge. We've got plenty of arrows for you. Plenty, plenty, plenty. And I think after this fight, we're probably going to call it for the day. Call it for the part, as it were. Alright, of course you'd have a cleric going right there. Now, ideally, what I'd love to do if I had Escalade available on my ninjas is I'd probably circle them around, try to climb up that wall, and try to shut down the healers. But right now, I don't actually have that available on them because I didn't pick it up earlier. So, I'll just go ahead and keep this going. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Alright. Alright, come on, ninjas. Alright, dude, you guys have a healer. What are you doing? That 50 isn't going to do anything for you. It was even more hilarious in vanilla, because they're like, yeah, this 25 health will save me. It never saved them, ever. Rarely has anybody been saved by a mending leaf in vanilla. Rarely, if ever. Alright. Let's keep popping through here. Put our sword masters up front to take some hits. Just slowly but surely take them all out, and as long as no casters get close, we should be alright. In fact, let's go ahead and put some resilient out here. Actually, no, let's boost these ones. Give that a little bit of give a little bit of the old boost. And you will probably do absolutely nothing except for plug this gap. There we go. I love how underleveled he is, but he still gets 75% evasion because he's got the proper build. I love it. That basically would be 100% in base game. Perfect. Let's get this ninja out of the way. Perfect. Mostly because he's a squishy target, and it worked out because it decided to pull their healer forward. So now we should be able to take care of her. Yep. Yeah, basically just charged forward your queen there. Because as long as she's standing, Gatalio's functionally invincible. So you should be able to make the shot. Yep, there we go. Sorry to take that one archer's thunder, but I wanted to get them gone. Get him out of the way. Literally knocked him off. Exactly. That worked out perfectly. Alright, let's get this knight done. Man, high evasion, but he's still not necessarily getting what he needs to done. Still fine, though. Still fine. Still very, very fine. Okay, there we go. There we go, Yunan. Good job. Do the old harvest dance. Get our front line back in order. Get our short bow archers on that knight, I think. Probably stick everybody else on dealing with those farther back ones. Yeah. Yeah, why don't you go boost these guys? Nice thing is, you don't have to keep track of how many fans you use for this. What a miracle. Not to mention, you don't have to do 2 different dances. Oh, that's adorable. Not to the frame rate, though. Man, I just murdered the frame rate. Oh well. Stealing our loot. Ah, that beautiful crit rate. How I love it. They're trying so hard. Oh, okay, Yunan's gone. Yunan is very gone. Alright, still fine. As soon as Marino, or not Marino, what's his face, Gatalio, as soon as he gets here, because unfortunately we can't really get anywhere with these knights in the way. Alright, come on, dead. Perfect. That beautiful crit rate. What we're gonna do, since we're mostly taking care of everything else, and I wish my headset would stop falling backwards. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna put him to sleep. He's gonna go forward because he wants to deal with her. I mean, whatever floats your boat, buddy. Perfect. So he's got no healing, and we've got a lot of archers. A lot of strengthened archers, and a lot of very accurate archers. And just to make sure that the buff doesn't run out and to boost that last one, let's put one last line dance out there, and it should take about 7 arrows to put him down. And yes, a double shot is pretty much always going to be... Actually, I think it's guaranteed always more damage than a finisher. Nice! Alright. That's fine. Once again, those luck stats coming in. Has he just dodged a 94? Goodbye, Gatalio. Nice not knowing you. Thank you for replacing Apollinaire, because she was probably way tankier. There we go. Well, not that much tankier. She's maybe got like 5 extra bit by comparison, if I were to guess. Anywho, that's that. And that's also the end of Chapter 3. I think. Right? No. No. We've got to do either Sanji or Lake Bordeaux. Oh, we can take Sanji. And then we've got here, and then we've got here. So once we take out Morica again, that'll end up being that one. So that's where we'll fight Apollinaire. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. glad to do these, and we'll be finishing up this run hopefully on Monday. So we'll be doing that at that point. By the way, starting... What's it? Starting on... Should be next Saturday. I was planning to do it tomorrow. Actually, we might still do a short one tomorrow. I wanted to start doing X Division again for what's it? For Fridays? Or not for Fridays, for Saturdays. Just because I've gotten asked several times whatever happened to X Division. So yeah, I'm still doing that. Like, it's the run's still going. It's just, you know, schedule's been jacked for a little while now. So let me know what you guys think of that. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get everybody refitted real quick. Because we should have a new bow. Yep. And we're too broke for the new bow. Okay. Doesn't matter, we can at least get one more set of gloves. And on top of that, we should be able to make jewelry at this point as well. So we'll check that out. There we go. Before I forget, let's actually give this guy a sword skill. Like that one right there. Seems like a pretty good sword skill. Why have these guys not been counter-hitting if they've got counter-hit? Not sure. Okay, so those guys are fine. Those guys need new bows. We need 26k. So didn't Rakes get rid of counter-hit 1? No. He got rid of some of the counter hits, so there's basically, instead of the old one, which was 25%, 50, 75, 100, he put it down to 3. So now it's 50, 75, 100. Or wait a minute. Might be, actually no, it might be just 50% and 100. Let me double check that real quick. Okay, I'm not seeing it showing up yet. Yeah, it's either he got rid of I know he got rid of at least one of them. I think it's just counter 1 and counter 2 now. So 50 and 100. I don't remember off the top of my head, which is weird because I was literally just doing team building with all that, but anyway, it's a decent way of doing it. Basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just making sure that I need 5 bows. Basically, the reasoning behind it was just because there was pretty much never a reason to use counter 1 aside from weapon training, so you can just get 50% counter at the same time that you would have gotten counter 1 before. I think you even get it a couple levels sooner. I believe you get it at the same time that you get parry, deflect, and overpower, just to kind of counter the fact that those are going to lower your experience rate. Okay, let's go pick up 5 bows. And I kind of want to modify 2 of those. So for siege bows, we need Bernie and Silk. Okay, so let's get some Bernie. You're pretty much always going to have enough wood on hand for at least your first few crafts. And then 2 Silk, because what I'm going to do is run 2 siege bows, 3 longbows. Alright, and then we just buy the Silk. These fancy bows with their strings covered in silk. Fancy schmancy. Then again, silk would probably be a really, really strong kind of bowstring, huh? Alright. I think I'll have Sarah and Canopus running longbows just so I know who has them. Actually, no. Canopus, no. I'm going to have Sarah and Denim running the siege bows. Reason being that I need Canopus to stay agile, and I want to keep Denim at range. Yeah, so it's only slightly more damage that they get out of it. It's like... How much is it here? Yeah, it's like 4 extra damage technically and a lot of accuracy penalty, but 2 extra tiles of range and a lot of extra vertical reach. 24 extra recovery time for using it, though. So that's the equivalent of using a free skill, basically. So usually you want to have more longbows than short bows, or longbows than siege bows. It's like one party formation that I actually really like using was 1 short bow out in front. Just kind of running around harassing, which in this case we have 3 already, so why? Why not, rather? And then 2 longbows and then 2 siege bows, just so they're kind of constantly alternating for whatever you need them to do. Anyway, so that'll be that for today. Thank you guys greatly for showing up, and yeah, have a fantastic one. We'll see about tomorrow happening, but definitely Monday. So, see you then. Take care. We'll finish this run on Monday, and have a fantastic one. Take care.